Welcome back. Returning now to New South Wales Acting Premier and Police Minister Paul Toole. Paul, this is the first summer in years, really, that people are taking off on the roads, going on long road trips. As last year there was the Omicron outbreak, the year before there were COVID restrictions in place. Are you expecting the roads to be busier than usual?
Well, I am, Gab. I'm expecting a lot of people to be out there on our roads. And this is the busiest time of the year, but we've also got to remember that a lot of people haven't actually done long trips. So we want people to actually plan ahead and to make sure they drive to the conditions of the roads out there at the moment. We know that a lot of our areas have been impacted by floods throughout the year. There's a lot of work that is underway in repairing those roads. There are still some roads in parts of New South Wales that are actually underwater. So we need people to make sure that they actually plan ahead to ensure that they reach their destination safely.
Police will be targeting speeding, drink driving, people using their mobile phones. What are authorities most concerned about during this time? Is it people rushing to get to a destination, fatigue, or driving after a long lunch?
Well, it's actually all of those factors, Gab. And, I want to make the point that, police will be out there on our major highways, they'll be out there on our streets, and they'll also be on back roads. So if anybody thinks that they can actually get away with breaking the law, then you're mistaken. You will most likely be caught. We know that the biggest killers on our roads are around speeding, people using mobile phones, people not wearing a seatbelt, and even motorcycle offences. So that's what police will be targeting. And these laws are in place to actually protect people, to protect the motorists in those vehicles, but also other motorists out there on the roads, and to also protect the precious cargo, which is the children inside these vehicles as well. We all need to do the right thing. We all do the right thing, then we'll have an enjoyable Christmas. And that will mean that there'll be no empty chairs sitting around the Christmas table with a loved one not being there.
So we will be seeing police doing additional highway patrols. What operations will be carried out?
Yeah, police will be doing additional patrols. The RBTs will be out there as well. So they'll be targeting drink driving. So those laws have been in place now for many decades. So this is nothing new to anybody. So people know, just because your phone rings, and you receive the text message, don't even pick it up. Don't even look at it. If you're actually familiar with the road, don't think that it's okay to speed, because it's not. You need to make sure that you are actually following the road rules out there to keep everybody safe. And I make the point that every time you get behind the wheel of that car, the decisions you make can actually have fatal consequences. And we just need to be very mindful and ensure we're not going to spoil that festive season for somebody else out there on the roads.
The double demerits runs over 11 days. Remind us why they are in place for those 11 days.
Well, they are in place, and they will be starting tomorrow morning at 12:01 a.m. and it'll actually stay in place until the 2nd of January at 11:59 p.m. So it is in place for 11 days. But you'd be a fool to be actually touching your mobile phone and to be losing 8 points. You'd be a fool to actually not put your seatbelt on and nearly lose your license in one hit. I mean, these rules have been around now for decades, and I still can't believe that people are foolishly not following the rules and the laws that have been in place for such a long period of time. But we also want to make sure that there are no more fatalities. One fatality on our road is one too many. And we all know that, in regional communities especially, there is such a ripple effect. Everybody knows who that individual might be. It may be someone who belonged to the local footy team or a local organisation. So everybody in the local area knows who that person is, who it is. And let's think about our police, and let's think about our emergency service personnel that have actually got to turn up to these incidences that we see where there are accidents as well because of people doing the wrong thing. They have to deal with this carnage as well. And it's not fair to them, and it's not fair to those people that have actually got to go out there and assist them as well.
Important advice. New South Wales Acting Premier and Police Minister Paul Toole, thanks so much for your time.
My pleasure. Thanks, Cap.